Myself Soumya and I welcome you on this beautiful channel. But before starting the video, it's my request to all viewers, please like, share and subscribe my channel. I promise you I will give you the best content for boards and need. So today we are going to study about biology paper of 2009 year. So without wasting the time, let's get started. Our first question is, the bacterium Bacillus thuringiensis is widely used in contemporary biology as an, ये जो बैक्टीरियम है Bacillus thuringiensis इसको widely यूज किया जाता है contemporary biology में as an indicator of water pollution, insecticide, agent for production of dairy products or source of industrial enzymes. So the answer is it is used as a insecticide. Second question, चिपको मूवमेंट वॉज लॉन्च्ड फॉर द प्रोडक्शन ऑफ, चिपको मूवमेंट को लॉन्च किया गया था फॉर द प्रोटेक्शन ऑफ ग्रासलैंड, लिवस्टॉक, फॉरेस्ट और वेटलैंड. द आंसर इज द फॉरेस्ट. नाउ थर्ड क्वेश्चन, a health disorder that results from deficiency of thyroxine in adult and characterized by a low metabolic rate, increase in body weight, tendency to retain water in tissue is hypothyroidism, simple goiter, myxedema और क्रेटिनिज्म. तो एडल्ट्स में जब थायरोक्सिन की डेफिशिएंसी हो जाती है तो उसको हम बोलते हैं मिक्सडेमा, और जब वो चिल्ड्रन में होती है तो उसको बोलते हैं cretinism. Now fourth question, the elbow joint is an example of a pivot joint, hinge joint, gliding joint, ball and socket joint. So the answer is the hinge joint. Now fifth question, the correct sequence of plants in hydroseed is oak to lantana, Scirpus, Pistia, Hydrola, Volvox. Second, Volvox to Hydla to Pistia to Scirpus to Lantana to oak. Third one, Pistia to Volvox to Scirpus to Hydla to oak to Lantana, oak to Lantana to Volvox, Volvox to Hydla, Hydla to Pistia, Pistia to Scirpus. So the answer is Volvox to Hydla, Hydla to Pistia, Pistia to Scirpus and Scirpus to Lantana, Lantana to oak. Now second question, मैनीटोल इज द स्टोर्ड फूड ऑफ, मैनीटोल जो है वो स्टोर्ड फूड होता है किसका, फ्यूकस का. बिकॉज मैनीटोल एंड लेमोनिरिया जो है वो स्टोर्ड फूड होता है हमारी ब्राउन एल्गी का, जबकि ये जो हमारी रेड एल्गी होती है उसका स्टोर्ड फूड क्लोरिडियन स्टार्च होता है. नाउ सेवेंथ क्वेश्चन, द एपिथेलियल टिश्यू प्रेजेंट ऑन द इनर सरफेस ऑफ ब्रोंक्यूल्स एंड फैलोपियन ट्यूब इज, ब्रोंक्यूल्स और फैलोपियन ट्यूब के अंदर के सरफेस पे, इनर सरफेस पे कौन सा एपिथेलियल टिश्यू प्रेजेंट होता है? ऑप्शंस आर क्यूबॉइडल, ग्लैंडुलर, सिलिएटेड, स्क्वैमस. द आंसर इज सिलिएटेड. नाउ एट क्वेश्चन, विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग पेयर ऑफ फूड कंपोनेंट इन ह्यूमन रीचेज द स्टोमच टोटली अनडाइजेस्टेड? ऐसे कौन से कंपोनेंट्स हैं ह्यूमन के जो स्टोमच में रीच करते हैं बिल्कुल ही अनडाइजेस्टेड? ऑप्शंस आर प्रोटीन एंड स्टार्च, स्टार्च एंड फैट, फैट एंड सेलुलोज, स्टार्च एंड सेलुलोज. द आंसर इज फैट एंड सेलुलोज. नाउ नाइन्थ क्वेश्चन, यूरिक एसिड इज द चीफ नाइट्रोजनस कंपोनेंट ऑफ द एक्सक्रीटरी प्रोडक्ट ऑफ, यूरिक एसिड जो है वो कौन प्रोड्यूस करता है? मैन, अर्थवर्म, कॉकरोच और frog. So the answer is the cockroach. Now 10th question, which one of the following group of animals is bilateral, symmetrical and diploblastic? Options are Coelenterata, Ascalmenthasis, Ctenophores or sponges. The answer is Ascalmenthasis. Now 11th question, टाइगर इज नॉट ए रेसिडेंट इन विच वन ऑफ द फॉलोइंग नेशनल पार्क? टाइगर जो है वो इनमें से कौन से नेशनल पार्क में नहीं रहता है? सो ऑप्शंस आर रणथंबोर नेशनल पार्क, सुंदरबन नेशनल पार्क, गिर एंड जिम कॉर्बेट. द आंसर इज द गिर नेशनल पार्क, बिकॉज यहाँ पे लॉयंस रहते हैं. Now, 12th question. A change in the amount of yolk and its distribution in the egg will affect. Options are formation of a zygote, pattern of cleavage, number of blastomeras produced, or fertilization. So the answer is the pattern of cleavage. जब एक एग में यॉल का अमाउंट को चेंज होगा तो उसमें उसके क्लीवेज के पैटर्न में चेंज आता है, उसको इफेक्ट करता है. Now 13 question. When breastfeeding is replaced by less nutritive food, low in protein and calories, the infants below the age of 1 year are likely to suffer from. Options are marasmus, kwashiorkor, rickets, pellagra. जब एक साल से छोटे बच्चे को जब हम ब्रेस्ट फीडिंग ना करा के उसको हम एक लो न्यूट्रिटिव फूड की डाइट देते हैं जिसमें प्रोटीन्स कम होती हैं, कैलोरीज कम होती हैं, तो उसको कौन सी डिसीज़ होती है? सो द डिसीज़ इज मेरेस्मस. Now 14th question. Stroma in the chloroplast of higher plants contain. Higher plants के स्ट्रोमेटा में क्या होता है? Options are light independent reaction enzymes, light dependent reaction enzymes, ribosomes, or chlorophyll. So the answer is light independent reaction enzymes. Now 15th question. Which one of the following correctly describe the location of some body parts in the earthworm fretma? Options are 2 pair of accessory gland in 16 to 18 segments, 4 pair of spermatheca in 4 to 7 segments, 1 pair of ovaries attached at intersegmental septum 14th and 15th segment. Last option, 2 pair of testes in 10th and 11th segment. So this correct option is D1. Now 16th question. The fetal ejection reflex in human female is induced by. fetal ejection reflex जो फीमेल में होता है वो कौन देता है, कौन इंड्यूस करता है? ऑप्शंस आर प्रेशर exerted by amniotic fluid, release of oxytocin from pituitary, fully developed fetus and placenta, differentiation of mammary gland. So it is induced by release of oxytocin from the pituitary. Now 17th question. Which one of the following has haploid life cycle? So haploid life cycle किसकी होती है? फ्यूनेरिया की, polytrichum की, wheat की और eustylago की. So the answer is the eustylago. Now 18th question. Which of the following plant species you would select for the production of bioethanol? So bioethanol are produced by brassica, Gmaze, Pongamia or Jatropha. So the answer is the Gmaze. Now 19th question. Which part of human brain is concerned with the regulation of a body temperature? Options are medulla oblongata, cerebellum, cerebrum, hypothalamus. So the answer is the hypothalamus. Now 20th question. Which one of the following is the correct pairing of body part and the kind of muscle tissue that moves it? Heart wall is involuntary and unsteady muscles. Biceps upper arm is smooth muscle fibers. Abdominal wall is smooth muscles. Iris is involuntary smooth muscle. तो हमको यहाँ पे जो correct pairing है उसको टिक करना है. So correct one is D. It is two involuntary smooth muscles. Now 21. In the case of peppered moth, the black colored form become dominant over the light colored form in England during Industrial Revolution. This is an example of natural selection whereby the darker forms were selected. Appearance of the darker colored individuals due to very poor sunlight, protective mimicry, inheritance of darker color characteristic acquired due to darker environment. So the answer is natural selection whereby the darker forms were selected. Now, 22 question. Oxygenic photosynthesis occurs in oxygenic photosynthesis मतलब जिसमें एनारोबिक photosynthesis किसमें होती है? ऑप्शन है क्रोमेटियम, ऑसिलेटोरिया, रोडोस्पाइलम और क्लोरोबियम. So the answer is the oscillatoria. Now, 21 question. The genetic defect adenosine deaminase deficiency may be cured permanently by periodic infusion of genetically engineered lymphocytes having functional ADAC DNA, administering adenosine deaminase activators, introducing bone marrow cells producing ADA into cells at early embryo stages, enzyme replacement therapy. So, option is periodic infusion of genetically engineered lymphocytes having functional ADA and cDNA. Now, 24th question. The angular and spirally thickened conducting elements generally develop in the protoxylem when the root or stem is maturing, elongating, widening and differentiating. तो angular और spiral thickened conducting elements जो डेवलप हो जाते हैं किसी रूट में स्टेम में कब कब होता है? जब वो स्टेम या रूट जब वाइडनिंग कर रही होती तब ये अकर होता है. नाउ 25th क्वेश्चन. इन बार्ले स्टेम द वेस्कुलर बंडल्स आर. बार्ले स्टेम में वेस्कुलर बंडल्स कैसे होते हैं? ओपन एंड स्कैटर्ड, क्लोज्ड एंड स्कैटर्ड, ओपन एंड इन ए रिंग, क्लोज्ड एंड रेडिकल. So the answer is closed and scattered. Now 26th question. Sickle cell anemia is an autosomal linked dominant trait caused by substitution of valine by glutamic acid in the beta globin chain of hemoglobin caused by change in the base pair of DNA. It raised by elongated sickle cell RBC with a nucleus. So the answer is caused by change in a base pair of DNA. Now, 27th question. If a earthworm is pricked with a needle on its outer surface without damaging its gut, the fluid that comes out is excretory fluid, coelomic fluid, hemolymph and slimy mucus. So, the answer is the coelomic fluid. Now, 28th question. There is no DNA in an enucleate ovum, mature RBC, a mature spermatozoon, hair root. So, the answer is an enucleated ovum. Now, 29th question. The point mutation involve insertion, change in single base pair, duplication, deletion. So, change in a single base pair. Now, 30th question. Which one of the following has maximum genetic diversity in India? Teak, mango, wheat, tea. So, the option are, answer is the mango. 31. In a standard ECG, which one of the following alphabet is the correct representation of the respective activity of the human heart? Options are R means repolarization of ventricles, S means start of systole, T end of diastole, P depolarization of the atria. So, answer is the D, depolarization of the atria. Now, 32 question. Study the pedigree chart given below. What does it show? Inheritance of sex-linked inborn error of metabolism like phenylketonuria. Inheritance of a condition like phenylketonuria as an autosomal recessive trait. The pedigree chart is wrong as this is not possible. Inheritance of a recessive sex-linked disease like hemophilia. So the answer is inheritance of recessive sex-linked disease like hemophilia. Now, 33 question. Middle lamella is mainly composed of hemicellulose, muramic acid, calcium pectate or phosphoglycerate. So the answer is the calcium pectate. Now, 34th question. Soma clones are obtained by tissue culture, plant breeding, irradiation and genetic engineering. So, soma clones are obtained by tissue culture. Now, 35th question. Which one of the following plant is monoecious? Mackentia, pinus, cycas, papaya. So pinus is the monoecious. Now, 36 question. Which one of the following is the correct matching of three items in their grouping category? So Malus, Incus, Cochlea belong to earth ossicles. Wrong. Ilium, ischium, pubis are coxal bones of pelagrodons. Wrong. Actin, myosin, rhopsin are muscle proteins. Wrong. Cytosine, uracil, thymine are pyrimidines. So the answer is the D1. Now, 37th question. Plasmodesmata are lignified cemented cells between layers between cell, locomotor structures, membranes connecting the nucleus with plasma lemma, connection between adjacent cells. So plasmodesmata जो है ये connections होती हैं adjacent cells के बीच की. Now 38th question. Which of the following is a pair of viral disease? So pair of viral disease is ringworm, AIDS, common cold, AIDS, dysentery, common cold, typhoid or tuberculosis. The answer is common cold and AIDS. Now 39. Aerobic respiratory pathway is appropriately termed as catabolic, parabolic, amphibolic or anabolic. So the answer is the amphibolic. Now, 40 question. Which of the following is not used as a biopesticide? Bacillus thuringiensis, Trichoderma hirsutum, nuclear polyhedrosis virus, Xanthomonas campestris. So the answer is Xanthomonas campestris. Now, 41th. Alzheimer's disease in humans is associated with deficiency of dopamine, glutamic acid, acetylcholine, or gamma aminobutyric acid. So the answer is the acetylcholine. Now, 42 question. Cytoskeleton is made up of calcium carbonate granules, cellulose deposits, cellulose microfibrils, proteinaceous filament. The answer is the proteinaceous filament. Now, 40th question. Compared to blood, our lymph has no plasma without proteins, more WBC and no RBC, more RBC, less WBC. The answer is the more WBC and less or no RBC. Now, 44 question. Which one of the following is the most likely reason of not occurring regular menstruation cycle in females? Options are fertilization of the ovum, maintenance of the hypertropical endometrial lining, maintenance of higher concentration of sex hormones in bloodstream, retention of well-developed corpus luteum. So the answer is the fertilization of the ovum. Now, 45th question. Given below is a systematic breakup of the phases stages of cell cycle. Which one of the following is the correct indication of the stage phase in the cell cycle? Options are B to metaphase, C to chorogenesis, D for synthetic phase, A to cytokinesis. So answer is D. C1 D synthetic phase. Now 46th question. The flow formula bisexual K5 C5 A5 ganoecium 2 means calyx 5 corolla 5 endoecium 5 ganoecium is 2 and inferior is that of ये किसका है? So tulip, soybean, sun hemp and tobacco. So the answer is the tobacco. Tobacco जो है वो belong करता है फैमिली फेबेशियाई से और पी फैमिली उसका ये हमको दिया गया फॉर्मूला. Now, 47th question. The most popular known blood grouping is the ABU grouping. It is named ABU, not ABC, because O in it refers to having dash. Options are other antigen beside A and B on RBC, over dominance of this type of the genes for A and B type, one antibody only, either anti-A or anti-B on the RBC, no antigen A and B on the RBC. So answer is the D1. Now 48th. Which one of the following statement is true regarding digestion and absorption of food in the humans? Options are: oxyntic cells in our stomach secrete the proenzyme pepsinogen. Fructose and amino acids are absorbed through intestinal mucosa with the help of kinases like Na+. Chylomicrons are small lipoprotein particles that are transported from intestine into blood capillaries. About 60% of starch is hydrolyzed by salivary amylase in our mouth. So, answer is the C1. Chylomicrons are small lipoprotein particles that are transported from intestine into blood capillaries. Now, 49th question. Anatomically fairly old dicotyledonous root is distinguished from dicotyledonous stem by the absence of secondary xylem, by the absence of secondary phloem, by the presence of cortex और by the position of a protoxylem. So हम एक डाइकॉट स्टेम और डाइकॉट रूट को आपस में डिस्टिंग्विश कर सकते हैं by the position of the protoxylem. So answer is the D1. Now 15 question. Magnesium is required in nucleus acid synthesis, plant cell wall formation, photolysis of water during photosynthesis, and chlorophyll synthesis. So, answer is the photolysis of water during photosynthesis. 51 question. Which one of the following is commonly used in transfer of foreign DNA into crop DNA? foreign DNA को crop plant में transfer करने के लिए किसको यूज करते हैं? So options are trichoderma, hyacinum, meloidigynia, incognita, agrobacterium pneumofaciens, penicillium expansion. So answer is the C1. Now 52 question. The removal of introns and joining of exons in a defined order in a transcription unit is called splicing, tailing, transformation, capping. So, answer is the splicing. 53 question. Whose experiments cracked the DNA and discovered the unequivocally that the genetic code is triplet? Options are Nirenberg, Mathai, Hurley and Chase, Morgan and Ncert, Peter and Tatum. So answer is the Nirenberg and Mathai. Now, question number 54. The seminal plasma in human is rich in fructose, calcium and certain enzymes. Fructose and calcium but has no enzyme. Glucose, certain enzyme but has no calcium. Fructose and certain enzyme but poor in calcium. So the answer is fructose, calcium and in certain enzyme. Now question number 55. Phylogenetic system of classification is based on options are evolutionary relationships, morphological features, chemical constituencies and floral characteristics. So answer is the evolutionary relationship. Now 56 question. Synapsis occurs between a male and a female gamete, mRNA and ribosomes, spindle fibers and centromere, two homologous chromosomes. So the answer is the two homologous chromosomes. Now 57 question. Which one of the following pair of animal comprises jawless fishes? Options are lamprey and eels, mackerels, rohu, lampreys and hagfishes, guppies and hagfishes. So the answer is the lamprey and hagfishes. 58th question. Select the incorrect statement from the following options are linkage is an exception to the principle of independent assortment in the hierarchy. Galactosemia is an inborn error of metabolism. Small population size results in random genetic drift in a population. Baldness is a sex-limited trait. So answer is the baldness is a sex-limited trait. Now, 59th question. The cell junction called tight, artery and gap junction are found in the muscular tissue, connective tissue, epithelial tissue and neural tissue. So answer is the epithelial tissue. Now 60 question. Which one of the following type of organism occupy more than one trophic label in a pond ecosystem? Options are phytoplanktons, fish, zooplankton, and frog. So answer is the fish. Now 61st question. The use of antihistamines and steroids give a quick relief from allergy, nausea, cough, and headache. So the answer is the allergy. Now question number 62. Which one is the wrong pairing for the disease and its causal organism? Late blight apparatus caused by the Alternaria solani. Black rust of wheat is caused by the Puccinia graminis. Loose smut of wheat is caused by the Usilago or smut. Root knot vegetable is caused by the Meloticina sp. So the answer is the late blight of potato. Late blight of potato. Now, 63 question. Given below is the diagrammatic sketch or portion of a human male reproductive system. Select the correct set of the names of part labeled A, B, C, D. So options are ureter, prostate, seminal, vesicle, bulbourethral gland, vas deferens, seminal vesicle, prostate, bulbourethral gland, vas deferens, seminal vesicles, bulbourethral gland, prostate, ureter, seminal vesicle, prostate, and bulbourethral gland. So answer is the B1. Okay. Now 64th question. Vegetative propagation in mint is caused by runner offset rhizome sucker. So the answer is the sucker. Now 65th question. What will happen if the stress receptors of the urinary bladder wall are totally removed? Options are urine will not collect in the bladder, maturation will continue, urine will continue to collect normally in the bladder, there will be no maturation. So answer is urine will continue to collect normally in the bladder. Now 66 question. One of the synthetic oxygen is NaA, IAA, GAIBA. So the answer is the NaA. Now 67th question. A country with a high rate of population growth took measures to reduce it. The figure below shows the A sex pyramids of population A, B 20 apart. Select the correct interpretation about them. So options are A. A is more recent and shows slight reduction in the growth rate. B is earlier pyramid and shows stabilized growth rate. B is more recent, showing the population is very young. A is the earlier pyramid and no change has occurred in the growth rate. The answer is the A1. Now 68th question. The correct sequence of spermatogenetic stage leading to the formation of sperms in a human testis is options are spermatocyte to spermatogonia to spermatid to sperms, spermatogonia to spermatocyte to spermatid and to sperms, spermatid to spermatocyte, spermatogonia to sperms, spermatogonia to spermatid and spermatid to spermatocytes and it to sperms. The answer is the B1. Now 69th question. What is true about Bt toxin? Options are the inactive prototoxin get converted into active form in the insect gut, or BET protein exists as an active toxin in the bacillus. The activated toxin enters the ovary or best to sterilize it and thus prevent its multiplication. The concerned bacillus has antitoxins. So the answer is the inactive protein get converted into active form in the insect gut. Now 70 question. The kind of tissue that forms the supportive structure in our pinna is also found in vertebrae, nails, eosicles and tip of the nose. So the answer is the tip of the nose. Now 71 question. DDT residue are rapidly passed through food chain causing biomagnification because DDT is liposoluble, moderately toxic, non-toxic to aquatic animals, water soluble. So the answer is the liposoluble. Now 72 question. Which one of the following is a vascular cryptogame? Vascular cryptogame is options are equisetum, ginkgo, Mercantia, Cedrus. The answer is the equisetum. Now 73 question. Steps taken by the government of India to control air pollution include compulsory mixing of 20% ethyl alcohol, petrol and 20% biodiesel with diesels, compulsory PUC certification of the petrol-driven vehicles which test for carbon monoxide and hydrocarbons, permission to use only pure diesel with a maximum of 500 ppm sulfur as fuel for vehicles, use of non-polluting compressed natural gas only as fuel by all buses and trucks. So the answer is the B1. Now, 74th question. The Montreal Protocol aims at adoption reduction of the ozone depleting substances, biodiversity conservation, control of water pollution, control of CO2 emissions. So the answer is the reduction of the ozone depleting substances. Now, 70th question. Which one of the following acid is a derivative of carotenoids? तो कौन सा एसिड बना हुआ है carotenoids से? तो ऑप्शंस आर इंडोल butyric acid, indole 3-acetic acid, gibberellic acid and abscisic acid. The answer is the abscisic acid. Now, 76th question. Guard cells help in protection against grazing, transpiration, mutation, fighting against infection. So the answer is the transpiration. Now, 77 question. Palisade parenchyma is absent in the leaves of sorghum, mustard, gram, soybean. So the answer is the sorghum. Now 78th question. Cotyledons and testa are edible parts of groundnut and pomegranate, walnut and tamarind, French beans and coconut, cashew nut and lychee. So the answer is the groundnut and pomegranate. Now 79th question. Which one of the following is considered important in the development of seed habitat? Options are dependent sporophyte, heterospory, haploid life cycle and free living gametophyte. So the answer is the heterospory. Now in 80 question. T.O. Diner discovered a free infectious RNA, free infectious DNA, infectious protein or bacteriophage. So the answer is the free infectious RNA. Now 81st question. Polyethylene glycol method is used for options are gene transfer without a vector, biodiesel production, seedless production, energy production from sea waste. So the answer is the gene transfer without a vector. Now 82 question. Which one of the following pair is wrongly measured? Options are detergents are lipase, alcohol to nitrogenase, fruit juice to pectinase, textile to amylase. So the answer is alcohol to nitrogenase. Now 83 question. A person likely to develop tetanus is immunized by administrating. Options are dead germs, preformed antibiotics, wide respiratory antibodies or weakened germs. So the answer is preformed antibiotics. Now 84th question. Biological oxygen demand in a river water remains unchanged with algal bloom occurs, has no relationship with concentration of oxygen in the water, gives a measure of salmonella in the water, increases when seaweeds get mixed with the river water. Answer is the D1. Now 85th question. Which one of the following is the correct matching of the event occurring during the menstrual cycle? So options are ovulation, prolification, development of corpus luteum and menstruation. The answer is the development of corpus luteum, secretory phase and increased secretion of the progesterone. Now 86th question. Cyclic photophosphorylation results in the formation of NADPH, ATP plus NADPH, ATP, NADPH plus O2 and ATP. The answer is the ATP. Now 87th question. Globulins contained in human blood plasma are primarily evolved in options are defense mechanism of body, osmotic balance of body fluids, oxygen transport in the blood, clotting of blood. The answer is the defense mechanism of the body. Now 88th question. Which of the following is a symbiotic nitrogen fixer? Options are glomus, azotobacter, frankia and azola. The answer is the frankia. Now 89th question. Example of axial placentation options are agrimon, dianthus, marigold and lemon. The answer is the lemon. Now 90 question. Semi-conservative application of DNA was first demonstrated in options are Drosophila, Escherichia coli, Streptococcus pneumoniae, and Salmonella? The answer is the Escherichia coli. Now, 91 question. A young infant may be feeding entirely on mother's milk, which is white in color, but the stools which the infant pass out is quite yellowish. What is this yellow color due to? Options are intestinal juice, bile pigment passed through the bile juice, undigested milk protein, pancreatic juice poured into duodenum. So, the answer is the bile pigments passed through the bile juice. Now, 92 question. If fruit developed from the hypanthodia inflorescence is called Hesperidium, cirrhosis, synchronous, and caryopsis. So the answer is the synchronous. Now, 90th question. Which one of the following statement is correct? Options are patient who undergo surgery are given cannabinoids to relieve pain. Benign tumor shows property of metastasis. Heroin accelerate the body functions. Malignant tumor may exhibit metastasis. The answer is the malignant tumor may exhibit the metastasis. Now, 94 question. Strands in a plant are produced by somatic embryo in artificial medium, generated by the introducing foreign DNA in a cell and regenerating a plant from dead cell, produced after protoplast fusion in artificial medium, grown in artificial medium after hybridization in the field. So the answer is the B1. Now, 95 question. The letter T in the T lymphocytes refer to thyroid, thalamus, thymus, tonsil. The answer is the thymus. Now, 96th question. The global agreement in specific control strategies to reduce the release of ozone dumping substances was adopted by. Options are Rio de Janeiro Conference, the Montreal Protocol, Kyoto Protocol, Vienna Convention. The answer is the Montreal Protocol. Now, 97th question. Reduction in vascular tissue, mechanical tissue, and cuticle is a characteristic. Options are xerophytes, mesophytes, hydrophytes, and epiphytes. The answer is the hydrophytes. Now, 90th question. Example of seed with endosperm, perisperm, and chronicle is options are cotton, coffee, castor, lily. So the answer is the castor. Now, 99 question. Which is not true for genetic code? Options are a codon in mRNA is read in a non-contigious fashion. It is nearly universal. It is degenerate. It is unambiguous. So the answer is the codon in mRNA is read in a non-contigious fashion. Now, last question. Peripatus is a connecting link. Options are Ctenophora and Platyhelminthes, Mollusca and Echinodermata, Angeta and Arthropoda, and Coelenterata and Porifera. So the answer is the C1. Angeta and